So in front of me is the LiTime 230 amp hour 12 volt battery. And you might be asking, Lance, why do you have a new LiTime battery when you've already got lithiums in the pop-up camper that we've been modifying for the last 5 years? Well, that's because we got a new camper. We just upgraded to a brand new 2023 Ibex 20 BHS. My friends over at LiTime sent me over a lithium battery to get us up and running before I do a full 24 volt, 20 something thousand kilowatts so we can run the AC on this bad boy. That's in a future video down the road. But today, we're gonna be talking about how easy it is to do a simple drop-in lithium to lead acid swap. We're not gonna be moving wires around, we're not gonna be doing anything. This thing is gonna live outside in a brand new Camco battery box that I got off Amazon. I'll have the links down below. Very simple install today. I'm excited to get us up and running. I don't have to do a bunch of modifications like I did in the pop-up camper behind me. This is a plug and play drop-in system, and 230 amp hours at 40 something pounds, I think it's 46 pounds, not bad at all. If you were to compare this to lead acid or AGM, you're probably looking at over 125 pounds. It's early, it's hot here in Texas. Let's get out to the new camper, drop this bad boy in, and get it hooked up. Have I told you this thing's only 46 pounds? Now me struggling is because I'm weak, I'm old, okay? This thing, light. Now one of the cool things about LiTime is the 5-year warranty, which is awesome. All I'm doing here is just taking off the bolts. It's pretty easy. Just want to be careful not to touch your socket to the positive negative. It will spark. Now one thing you can do if you don't feel comfortable, you can take a picture before you take these apart. You have 3 wires going to the black and you have 2 wires going to the red. Now what's nice is my camper does have the big 2-aught gauges coming from the inverter, which is nice. Oh God, this thing's heavy, guys. Oh, I'm just gonna guess that this thing's probably 45, 50 pounds, the same weight as the 230 amp hours. Oh, and this one is only 81 amp hours. And with AGM or lead acid, you can only use 42 amp hours of that. So again, guys, huge upgrade today. Another reason why you want to upgrade to lithium batteries, because you can fully discharge the lithium batteries. So the new tray that I bought off of Amazon, I'll have the links down below if I haven't already said that. It came with straps. And so instead of screwing it down, I'm actually gonna strap it around the 2 angle iron. Perfect. Nice little handles for carrying it. Here, negative, positive. Okay, the negative is done. So this is going to the main house 12 volt, and my big 2-aught cable that I have is going to my inverter. You do want to make sure that your shore power is disconnected, because if you did have shore power connected, these wires would be live. Your converter charger in there would be sending voltage and amps through the wires to the battery to charge it, so therefore they would be live. There you go. Whew. Texas heat, man. I can't wait for this fall. Now that we have it all hooked up, the box is on it, fits everything, we can plug into shore power and we can start charging this thing up to 100%. So there's a couple things that you want to do inside the camper after you switch from a lead acid or an AGM to lithium. So in every camper, there's going to be a distribution panel, and mine is right here, and it has your 110 volt power, and it has some 12 volt DC as well. Inside there is a converter charger. It's actually running right now, so it's charging my batteries. But on newer models, they're coming with an auto detect, meaning it will detect whether it's a lithium or a lead acid battery. Lithium batteries charge around 14.6 volts, where an AGM lead acid is going to charge in the 13s. Okay, so that step right there is done for me because it's an auto detect. Now, if you have an older model, you might have to go in there and toggle it from lithium to lead acid. And if you have an older model, you might have to replace that to a lithium charger. Otherwise, your lithium batteries are never gonna get fully charged. If you have solar, which our new camper has solar, we have a solar charge controller right here, and we have a 200-watt solar panel on the roof. This step is important too, because if you don't change the settings in this, your lithium batteries will never get fully charged when you're out boondocking off of solar. I already did that. I went into battery type and I selected the lithium iron phosphate model or mode, and we got that switched over right now. I'm bringing in 13.4 volts right now. It's early in the morning and there's no sun. So that step 2 is done. Now it's just time to go have some fun out with the family, camping and boondocking, because that's what we like to do, is boondock. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to talk a little bit more about some of the features of the LiTime lithium battery that I like about it. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to give some B-roll of the new camper. This battery is 45 pounds and some change, extremely light. I did the comparison earlier. If you were to compare 230 amp hours to lead acid, it'd probably be close to 200 pounds, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. I said 125 earlier, but yeah, it's heavy. Again, back to the low temperature protection. So once it gets below 32 degrees, it will not charge anymore. Now there's a recovery. It has to get up to 41 degrees before it can start taking a charge again. The BMS is a 200 amp BMS. You can do a 5-second discharge at 600 amps. Now let's talk about the warranty. This is where I'm a big fan of the LiTime batteries, okay? So it's a 5-year warranty. 4,000 of those cycles are going to be at 100% discharge. Let's just say in 5 years, 1 month, the battery's no good anymore. Well, you just go buy another one. At this time, July 13th, 2 days before Prime Day, they're currently retail for $849. This particular battery is on sale for $557. So again, you can buy 2 of these for $1,100 in a span of 10 years. And it's still cheaper than going to buy another brand that's either blue or light blue, because they're expensive. The marketplace is kind of saturated with lithium batteries, which is a good thing for the consumer, because a company like LiTime, I think, recognizes that, and they produce a good, solid battery at an extremely budget-friendly price. LiTime does a cool thing where as you buy 2, you buy 3, you buy 4, you get a better price. Currently, I think it's around $500 right now, $508 if you buy 4 of them at a time. That's only $2,000. I know that can seem like a lot for a lot of people, but you're getting almost 1,000 amp hours of batteries. And if you have the room for it, I'm a big proponent of putting more batteries in, more amp hours versus more solar, okay? Now, the other thing too is you can only put 4 in series and 4 in parallel. This thing's pretty cool right here. It's called the water miser. Basically, you turn it on, you start getting your temperature right. Instead of wasting water while boondocking, again, we boondock 90% of the time, this goes back into your tank. Once it gets to temp, it turns kind of a whitish. This should be blue, but it's so hot here in Texas that it's gray, so it's halfway there. So that's a cool feature that I'm looking forward to. This camper has, I think it's 40 gallons fresh, 40 gallons gray, and 30 gallon black. That's gonna be a huge upgrade from the pop-up camper, so I'm stoked about that. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, I installed a full electrical upgrade for my parents in their Grand Design Imagine trailer. We did 3 200 amp hours of LiTimes. They've had them in there for about a year now. They've been working flawlessly. I have a blue brand in my pop-up behind me that I've had in there for 4 years. Haven't had any issues with it, but I paid a lot more for it. These are very economical. I will be installing 4 230 amp hour, 24 volt batteries into the Ibex in the coming year. And the reason I'm going so many batteries and so much amp hours is because for an extra $1,000, you can put more batteries, and I want to run the AC off this bad boy. So if you haven't already, guys, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And if you're interested in a LiTime battery, I have a discount code below, and I have a link to their website, and it helps out my channel. Really appreciate it, guys. See you in the next video.